Very good morning, children. Welcome to SVS E-Learning class. This is your social subject teacher Firoskan from SVS E-Learning High School. Okay, students, last class we have completed the Mercator's projection. I hope you all well understood. Okay, children, and later we will revise all the topics as a quiz competition. At the time you can learn very well. Okay, and also maybe in the next week we will have the live interactive class. So at the time also you can clarify all the doubts. Okay, children. Okay, so today's topic we are going to understand. So we know that the maps become somewhat accurate with the help of the Sumerian, Babylonians, Greeks, Arabs, Europeans, etc. Yes. So now what happens? We know that one of the main aim, that is the European people want to be conquer the places from here and here. They want to be check the places all over the world. Yes, so children. So look at the. You can understand the European powers colonized. Colonized means they captured, but they controlled the entire continents. Like which are the continents? We can understand there is a North America. We know this is the North America and South America. This region is called South America, and Africa. We know this is Africa. Okay, children, this is Africa, and we know this is Asia. This is Asia, and this is Australia. Okay, and these are the continents that are occupied by which country? The Europe. So this is the Europe. You can see one of the small continent. Yes, no, one of the small continent. That's this region. This Europe is started to control over all over the world. They control. They colonized. Colonized means they control. We can say captured and controlled. They started the trade between those people, mainly which are the continents: North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Africa. Good children? Yes. So they started the business. They control over with the help of these maps. With the help of these maps. So you can understand here. Now they needed to know about the places, so they control over those regions, and they wanted to know interior what their climate, and also what are the crops that are growing there, what are the mineral resources, all they want to know. So they want to know what the seasons are there, and what are the crops are there, and what are the minerals, and these crops and minerals are valuable or not, how we can learn, how we get those minerals and the crops, and how the climate. So they want to be known. So they already colonized, they got the route to North America, South America, Africa, and they now wanted to know the interior place of those regions, and also they wanted to know the climate of those places, minerals and crops. So the children, so for this they sent many explorers. So one of the explorers we can say H.M. Stanley here is here, and the second explorer David Livingstone. Remember H.M. Stanley and David Livingstone. Here is a picture of the H.M. Stanley and David Livingstone, and he is the H.M. Stanley. Remember H.M. Stanley, and here we can see the David Livingstone. David Livingstone. So these are the two explorers, one of the great explorers. In the 9th class also you will study about these peoples. Okay, remember the two explorers, H.M. Stanley and David Livingstone, and they explored the world by crossing mountains, deserts, rivers and valleys. Got it? Mountains, deserts, rivers and valleys. They crossed, they found those regions in North America, South America, Asia, Africa. Got it, children? So just think about this all happened, this all possible only when they have maps. So children, when they have map, only this is possible. So the map makes them very accurate to find the to locate the places, to understand. Got it, children? Okay. So here we can understand that they prepared various maps with obtained information from various places. So they entered interior of the continent, and they understood the region and the people, and also the crops, the minerals, all they come to understand, and they prepared interior map also. So under that we know that the border of the maps, but David Livingstone and H.M. Stanley, they went interior and they understood where there is a mountain, where there is a rivers, where there is a valleys, and based on that they prepared him again interior parts of the map. So just think, children, the map's development is becoming it's very height. Yes or not? Yes. Okay. So which helped the colonial powers to establish their power and exploit resources of colonies. So these interior places also, when they come to understand, then the colonial powers are very easy to control over those people and to occupy those places all become very easier. Yes or not, children? So this is all possible with the help of the map. So think about maps plays very important role in the colonial powers and when they colonized. Yes or not? In the ancient times, maps are very important, as well as now also maps are very important. Yes, children? Yes. Okay, so when the Britishers ruled, so now we can look about in our India. We know India is the country in Asia continent, or the European control over Asia also. So oftenly it will control over India. Already we know the Britishers control over our India. Yes. So the Britishers wants to know how the India is there and where it is India. For that, they began making detailed maps of interior of the country. So when they control over India, they wanted to know interior of our India. Is or not interior of our India, same as or the climate or the crops, the minerals, what are the valuable things are in our India. For that also they needed to know. So this purpose they arranged a survey. You know, nowadays a survey is happening to dot coming and to collecting the information, your house number and what's your family, head of the family and father's job, and the many details are there collecting. This simply we can say survey. So not same as that the Britishers conducted survey in India. They means from the south to north, different region. The British officers are moved and collecting the information regarding the interior parts of the country. Got it, children? So they have formed a survey of India. Remember, the department is called Survey of India for this. So which purpose Survey India was started? To carry out the survey process in our country, they established a department called the Survey of India for understanding the climate of a country, crops, minerals of the country, or interior parts of the country. Got it, children? So here, the head of the, at the time, head of the Survey of India, we come to understand James Rennell. Remember, James Rennell was appointed Surveyor General of India, and he is the first. He prepared the first survey. So remember, who prepared the first survey in India during the British period? Remember, James Rennell. Remember, James Rennell, and he is the person, the James Rennell. So what is his name? James Rennell. Got it, children? So James Rennell prepared the first survey map of India. Here we can see the picture of the survey map. Based on the survey, he prepared a map, interior part of our interior part of our India. You can see very clearly the survey. Based on the survey, the James Rennell prepared a map. Got it, children? Yes. You can observe also in this map, and you can see Pakistan included, Bangladesh included. You can see here the region of the Pakistan. Here you can see, and here we can find also the Bangladesh. And at present, how the Bangladesh, Pakistan, all at the time we are together. We are together. Got it, children? Okay. So prepare the maps of India with the help of the map. With the help of the Survey of India by whom? James Rennell. James Rennell. Got it, children? Yes. Okay. So in 1802, another one of the geographer or William Lambton began of the most important geographical survey. So one of the most important geographical survey conducted by the William Lambton, and from South Chennai, from the South Chennai to until he reached over the North Himalayas, and he found the length of the longitude as well as the height of the particular places. You can observe height of a various places and longitude. All he come to understand. He calculated the height of the longitude and height of the mountains. Who the person? William Lambton. Okay. So James Rennell, Survey of India based, he prepared the map. And next, the William Lambton. Remember, here is the picture of the William Lambton. William Lambton. He prepared, he arranged the places where there is a various height difference, and he also calculated the length of the longitude and height of the mountains. But his work is did not complete, and his work is completed by one of the person we can understand, Sir George Everest. Remember, Sir George Everest. So James Renner, William Lambton, and George Everest. So these three people only mainly completed the survey of India, and George Everest concluded the highest peak in the world. Remember, highest peak in the world, you all well known, the Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. And that height is confirmed, otherwise found by the George Everest. So that's the reason the highest mountain peak in the world, Mount Everest, got his name. So Mount Everest got his name. This is the George Everest. George Everest. So George Everest found the height of the mountain peak, highest mountain peak in the world. It is found in nearby the Sikkim. It is in the Nepal, in our country nearby the Sikkim, and it is mainly in the Nepal. And here you can see the picture of the Mount Everest. But you know, the highest peak, highest mountain peak in the world, Mount Everest got its name by the great geographer. Who is the person? George Everest. George Everest concluded the survey and recognized Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. He is the George Everest. Got it, children? Okay, yes. So that's what happened. Maps were also in great demand during times of war, as armies and air forces needed them. So still what we have discussed, we understood that Europeans control Asia, North America, South America, Africa, and they want to know interior places. So they send many explorers such as H.M. Stanley, David Livingstone, and they found interior places where there is mountain, where there is valleys, where there is rivers, and interior map also they come to understood. So children, yes. Later when the Britishers control over India, they want to know interior place of the India. For that, they prepared a survey of India, and led by the James Renner, and continued by the William Lambton, and concluded by the George Everest, and he concluded the highest mountain peak in the world, which is located in the present Nepal, and it got the name from his name, George Everest. So my children, yes, we come to understood. And now the maps. So when the people found the map mainly to conquer the places, but already we know when we conquer from one place to another place, they are led to war. Example, this is my place, just imagine this is my place and this is another place. So if I want to take this place also, then I want to be fight with this person. So not I needed to fight with these two people. Yes, without fighting, we cannot conquer that places. So this led to war. Yes or not? This led to war. Yes or not? So when the war happens, many armies, soldiers, all will become into war. And if there is a route map, then to make the war and to success is very easy. So there also the countries needed some maps, and that map all they kept very secret. So during the World Wars also the maps are widely used for to defeat the enemies very secretly, and they kept these maps all are very secret without knowing by the other peoples. Got it, children? Yes. Okay, so you can understand many government tried to keep these details map secret so that enemies could not use them. But what about the present situation? The maps we kept secret? No. Present situation, present days, we cannot keep the map very secret. Any government also cannot keep the map secret. In your mobile only you can see every maps. Once you Google it, so in Google Map also you can see. In your own village also you can find in the map. So that much transparency or open became nowadays maps. In early times maps kept very secret, but now the maps are very open because The maps are many uses, so we cannot, government cannot keep secret from the public. The maps are available now everywhere. These points are given there. Nowadays, maps cannot keep a secret by the government. It is necessary for having the people to understand the knowledge, information, routes, and many uses are there in the maps. Even the schools. Students also needed the maps to study different places, to locate the places. Yes or not? But early time, maps are kept very secret, but map nowadays quite opposite. All the maps are very openness. Yes or not, children? Okay, very good. So nowadays satellite maps are there. Through the satellites, we can understand where exact position is or not India is in, and also specific example. Metpal you also can find with the help of the satellite maps. In Google app also available in mobile phone. Google Maps, there you can see if you search a place, example Chindalpet, it correctly will locate the Chindalpet or where you are now. If you are mapping, if you click, it will show where exact position you are and where you are, which district, which state, which country. Every clear information it will clear. So not because nowadays maps kept very open. In early times the maps are kept very secret. Got it, children? Yes. Okay. So this is the aerial maps from the satellite. We can zoom in. We can understand the places also. Yes or not? This all be well known. So here given some of the uses of maps comparing ancient times and as well as maps in our time. So first you can see in ancient times we already studied maps were used in ancient times for trade or sailing or to conquer the places and for colonies and even used for fighting wars in ancient time. But in the present, what are the uses? For planning and development of countries, for show the various resources of the countries, and for solve the various problems faced by the regions, for the construction of roads, dams, industries, etc., and for understanding the changes of weather and climate, and for tourism, for locating particular places, for understanding the distance between places, for understanding the language, population, currency, etc. of a particular place. So nowadays the uses are very huge. So the uses are very huge. Got it, children? And you have to be studying these uses, ancient uses and present uses, and write a test in front of your parents and send me. Okay? I hope you will write them and you will study. It is very easy. Only you can study ancient map and what are the uses, and present map what are the uses. Okay, children? I hope you will study. Okay. And now we know different type of maps are there. Means political map, physical map, many types of maps are there. These all the maps together we can call a name thematic maps. Remember thematic maps? You can see here the point is mentioned thematic maps. Remember thematic map. So thematic map is a type of map specifically designed to show particular theme connected with a specific geographic area. So thematic map is designed mainly to show a particular things. That means a map will not show every details in one map. For example, political map only show the political border, state border, country border, or the regions, all the only different borders will show, and the main capital city will show, main headquarters will show. But there you cannot find any geographical region such as example plain area, mountain, or how much population, or how much rainfall occurring, and what are the crops are there. That information you cannot get a political map. So in the physical map you cannot get clarity about the district or capital city. Clarity won't, because they only show the physical divisions. So we understood every maps are created with a specific theme. Okay, every theme is not included in the one map. Every map is created with a specific themes. So that one we call the thematic maps. Here given you can understand, first here given population map. So here only the main theme is population regarding information only we will get. If you search rainfall information in this map, can you get? We cannot get the rainfall information. Only we can get the information about the population. Here we can understand physical map. There we can understand various heights or plain area, plateau areas, rocky areas. Those information we can get. And here we can see political map. Here we can understand capital city, districts, states different. And map showing temperature. They are only temperature related information. Here maps indicate different industries. There we can get only industrial relations. And map showing the literacy rate. Here we can get about the educational literacy rate we can. So every map is designed for a specific theme. All the themes are not including in the one map. Okay, children? Yes. So I hope you understood this thematic map also. Okay. So what about now? Almost 95% we have completed this lesson. Only 5% remain, and along with that 5% and overall together this lesson we will complete in the next class. Okay, children. So I hope today's class you understood. Mainly we discussed Europeans needed part. For that they sent explorer H.M. Stanley, David Livingstone, and when Britain, as Europeans control the India, they want to know interior parts of India to climate, crops, minerals, and for them they prepared a survey of India. And mainly three peoples we understood about James Reynolds and George Everest, William Lambton. So not, and according to the George Everest, the highest mountain peak in the world is Mount Everest, and we got the name also based on him. Is not, and maps are used widely in the World War time also. At the time they kept a secret, but now it completely open. We are using the satellite maps also. Yes or no, children? Okay. And later we come to understand about the thematic maps and also uses of the ancient time, how maps are used, and at present how maps are used also we are completed. And we understood the maps are designed for a specific theme, and that's we call the thematic map, and different type of maps we are included in the thematic map. Okay, children? So, and one more new things we are going to be start from today. Listen. So, what topics today we studied? From that, I will ask you nearly 15 or 20 questions as a objective type. You already are well playing only as a quiz competition. Through quiz competition, you can play as a game model. I hope you will like that nearly from this topic. So today's video, who watched, they can play the quiz very well. Is it not? Yes. And when you play first time, how many marks you get, how much marks you get, even 1 mark or 2 mark or 3 mark, whatever marks it is, in first attempt, you take the screenshot and send it to me. Okay, and afterwards again you play, how much marks you get, that marks also you send it to me. Okay, children? Okay, so I hope you understood well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me by phone call or message. I will help you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.